We're back.
Hello, Nettie.
Hello, BB.
We're back and we're wilder than ever. I'm
Yay.
excited about this story.
Me too. It was pretty fascinating putting it together.
Sorry, let me apologize, everyone. Sorry that I missed last week. We were on a roll. I wasn't missing any Sundays, and then I had to miss a Sunday. So I apologize, but we're back. And next week, I have a little surprise for everyone. My backdrop is going to change.
Oh, wow.
So come back next week and figure out what I got. All right. Let's scroll up here. Do you want to use the new features you can use to click and say hello to everybody?
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like we had Nomadic Hippie in first. Hello, Hippie. And then Hitch Up and Toe, and they couldn't stay, so they had to take off, but they were here earlier. Hello, Roy and Becky. And I see Thrifty Angela. Hello, Christina Bell. Linda Barker. And I think that's it for now.
Looks like it. Isn't that cool? Nettie controlled the screen.
Yay!
Anyone that doesn't know, I meant to say this last time, but StreamYard has a new thing where you can have a co-host and give the co-host all the abilities that you have to control the screen and share things, and it's kind of cool. So if you haven't looked into it, check it out. All right, so let's get into our Robert the Doll story. Hey, Char of Hearts, hello and welcome.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
Roy and Becky said they're packing up. I mean, they're getting on the road again?
Yeah, they finally hit the road, I think tomorrow.
Nice. I am super thirsty today. Sorry, everyone. All right. You want to go first?
Yes, ma'am. The story of Robert the Doll dates back to the early 1900s when a young boy named Eugene Robert Otto was given a one-of-a-kind handmade doll by a servant that worked for his parents in his home.
Hippie said, "Don't start yet. Pulled into the rest stop to potty. Stall for 5 minutes." Hello, Oracles and Beyond. Let's see. Haunted dollies.
Yeah.
I want a haunted doll. I want one that I have a connection with. A good one, but I want one that I can connect with.
Like Chucky?
No. No, I don't want no Chucky. In fact, I think I have a child that acts just like that, so I'm good.
Or Annabelle. Ooh, creepy.
Oh, no Annabelles. They just pop up in different places like that. That's scary.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. He looks creepy.
Doesn't he?
I know he's like an older doll, but
yeah, when I first looked at him, he reminded me of Curious George. He looks like a monkey face, right?
Yes.
That's what he reminded me of.
He does look like a Curious George.
Uh-huh.
The ears really throw me off because they're slanted.
Yeah.
I know that he's old and they didn't have the best quality back then, but like if you were a kid and you received that, would you think, "Yay, I can't wait to play with you," or "Please go in that box and do not come out"?
Right.
And Roy and Becky said, "I have a doll that was my mom's. Roy hates it." I am out with friends, but stopping by to give a like and a share. Thanks so much, Tommy.
Thank you, Tommy.
All right. Nomadic hippie, hope you didn't have a doll in your truck that stalled your truck. All right. Well, I
That's too
stalled as
funny.
long as I could, hippie. We're going to get back to our story. Eugene, who everyone called Gene, named the doll Robert and quickly became attached to his new friend. Dun, dun, dun.
But back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, boys had dolls too.
Yeah.
They just weren't for little girls back then. So.
Yeah.
The home where Eugene lived, now called the Artist House, is located at 534 Eaton Street in Key West, Florida, and was built between 1890 and 1898. It was here that Eugene was given Robert the doll, and where a friendship that lasted throughout his lifetime and beyond was forged.
All right. So we have Erie still with the bricks and bars. Yeah.
Mhm.
That was
Yeah.
quite the place to place the doll for pictures. They made it a bit big, didn't they? Is that a large voodoo doll?
I know. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think I'd go poking on Robert the doll. He's got some powers. That's a pretty house. The
Mhm.
artist house, once the home
Isn't
of
it?
Eugene Robert Otto, Robert the doll would sit on the top rotunda window. So I guess up in that round part at the top.
Yeah, the round part up there. So it still looks like it's in pretty good shape.
That's a really beautiful home.
Mhm.
The artist house, huh?
Yeah. Well, he seemed like an ordinary cloth doll. It wasn't long before Robert was involved in strange and somewhat terrifying events. Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun. Robert, what you been up to? The first hint that something out of the ordinary was happening was one night when Jean, who was only 10 years old, awoke to find Robert the doll sitting at the end of his bed staring at him. Nope. 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 You're already scary, dude. Do not stare at me. Oh my gosh. They're so cute.
Aren't they?
A little like sailor boy and a little girl all proper and pretty. So cute. Young Robert Eugene Otto on the right, wearing the sailor suit that was eventually given to Robert the doll. Maybe the boy was evil and he passed on his evilness. No, I'm just kidding. Ryan Becky said, "That's been it. That would have been it. Yeah.
Thrifty.
That doll would have been in the trash the next morning. Nope. The next morning, I think I might have gone and thrown in a fireplace.
I know.
Later.
Bonfire home.
Time for you to go. Mom, Dad, why'd you burn your doll up? That seems evil. The doll was looking at me.
Yeah. Hippie's back.
Hey, hippie. Tommy, thank you for sharing the video out. I really appreciate that.
Mhm. Moments later, his mother was awakened by his screams for help and the sounds of furniture being overturned in her son's bedroom.
Nope. Nope. Now we're getting even worse. It went from he's looking at people to
Yeah.
he's up to flipping furniture. That's some power. Hippie said, potty's done. Roy would put my mom's doll in the closet and I'd bring it back.
Becky.
I have China dolls. Anybody remember those that were all
Mhm.
glass?
Yeah.
My godmother and my godfather went hiking and they traveled all over the world and they were somewhere, I don't even remember where they were. They were across the world somewhere and they went hiking and wherever they were, hello Pam Smith. wherever they were, they found these China dolls and they put them in their backpacks and backpacked everywhere, but brought them home to me. And I remember thinking, I know I'm supposed to be thankful, but these dolls are creepy, like really creepy.
Yeah.
So I kept the dolls, but they stayed in my closet. And then my sister took it a step further. And when I was about 14, she came home and brought me a clown doll, the
Oh,
glass.
no.
And I was like, no, these are all just going to go in the top of my closet, hide in there. I don't want to be friends with these dolls.
Yeah.
I think Cassie might have shared us out from Oracles and Beyond. So I
Oh,
just want to
great.
say thank you for doing that. I appreciate
Mhm.
it. Becky said, time to move out and leave it there.
Yep.
Mhm.
Makes me think of that doll that was in the mansion, with this little
Oh,
leg just
that I still have no explanation for, and that scares the crap out of me. And the
me
fact that
too.
Mansion Mom just was touching it like it was
I
no,
know, and it was still like, "Doot, doot, doot, doot."
that's
Yeah.
crazy. No, I think when the doll started staring at me, he did end up in the fireplace.
Yeah. Chucky.
Yeah. Gene cried for help, begging his mother to rescue him. When he finally was able to wrench the locked door open, she saw poor Gene curled up in fear on his bed, his room in shambles, and Robert the doll sitting at the foot of the bed. That doll does not look like it has the ability to sit up on its own.
Right, he's a cloth doll, so how is
Yeah,
he able to hold himself up?
that's weird.
Robert did it, were the only words Gene could get out. The same words he could use the same words he used later. I said that wrong. The same words he would later use many times throughout his childhood when something strange, mysterious, or destructive would happen.
His parents are probably like, yeah, sure, the doll did it.
I didn't do it.
I remember being in trouble. I'm sorry, this is a short story. I remember being in trouble, me and my sister. We fought all the time. It was just what we did. We're 4 years, 3 years apart, almost four, and we looked like twins. My mom dressed us like twins. We were meant to fight. So we had been fighting, and my mom did the whole go sit in the chair and hug each other until you two can get along. So we went and we sat in the chair and we were hugging each other and hating every minute of it. But straight across from us was a bay window. And my sister goes, "Do you see that?" And I said, "Yeah." "Do you see that?" And she said, "Yeah." I said, "Do we really see that?" And she said, "Yeah." And so we both started screaming, "Mom, Mom." And my mom comes in the room. She's like, "What?" And we're like, "The window." In the window, it looked like 3 or 4 young ladies with bonnets on their heads picking flowers, like the shadow of that.
Oh, wow.
To me and my sister, we both like talked about it afterwards and we both saw the same thing. But my mom was like, "Oh, sure, you're just trying to get out of trouble." We were like, "No, there's ghosts in the window." And my mom was like, "Yeah, you're just trying to get out of trouble." But I still remember it clear as day that we both saw the same thing and we did not like each other at the moment. So I
Oh,
believe we saw
wow.
it.
It's pretty crazy.
um, we have RV Underway popped in.
Hey.
Linda asked if Becky, did you find a hiding place for your doll in Honey? uh, no, I have her packed up. She's starting to get brittle.
Aw.
All right. Robert the doll's own companion, the unhinged looking stuffed dog.
It was a dog that did it, not Robert.
Yeah, the dog just took over Robert. It's just the dog's personality.
Yeah.
Did Robert do it?
Dun, dun, dun. Nobody knows for sure why or how this child's plaything could actually wreak havoc on a child's bedroom or do anything at all. After all, it was just a toy, right? But the weird and inexplicable, did I say that? Didn't stop at that one occurrence.
He did real good with that big word.
I hesitated.
I would have messed it all up. Roy Beckett says, yeah, her eyelashes are almost gone now, and the eyes are something up, having up. Boy, this doll is sounding scarier and scarier. It's missing hair, it's brittle, its eyelashes are gone. I need to see a picture of this thing.
Sounds creepy.
Yeah. Jean's parents would often hear their son upstairs talking to the doll and getting a response back in a totally different voice. What?
Ooh. Is that crazy?
What?
Can you imagine?
If my kid's doll was talking back to him, he would no longer have that doll. Again, I know they had fireplaces back then. That doll would be in the fireplace.
And it was cloth, so it would burn up fast, you know?
My luck, it'd come back together. Be sitting up in the kids' room later. If there was a different voice talking to my son, oh no. No.
I could see its head, like, twisting. Oh, that's
Ah.
creepy.
No.
Oh. They reported seeing the doll speak and witnessed his expressions change, giggling, and sightings of Robert running up the steps or staring out the upstairs window were also reported. Oh, you're muted, BB.
She said, yes, that doll would have been in the fireplace.
Yeah.
I'd be finding a priest for that doll.
Yeah.
The kids would not be playing with that doll no more. It could be that thing that has the spell stuff in it to control the doll. They call it a effigy? If it is made to resemble the person that the doll is meant for. Oh, I remember something about that. They can make like voodoo dolls to look like the person and then put a piece of their hair in it or something like that. Adventures in Xanadu, hello and welcome to the room. RV Underway said, that's not creepy. All my toys talk to me. I'm a little worried about you or your toys, not sure which. See, why would you allow that? I would burn it in the woods, right?
Exactly.
Why would you allow the doll to talk to your kid? That just seems not smart. All right. Wait, did we read that one? This one?
Yeah, that's the one I just read.
Okay. I'm losing my mind. Well, it's already gone, but struggling a little more today. Robert continued to live with Jean throughout his lifetime, and after Jean's parents died, he moved back into their home with his wife, Annie.
I don't know why he couldn't part ways, with the doll or the parents. Why didn't the parents get rid of it during that time?
Yeah, it's a little strange.
Jean decided that the doll needed a room of his own and placed him in the upstairs room that had a window overlooking the street.
He's got like some kind of obsession with this. Him and this doll have a personal relationship.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot to say that. That I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Type in the comments what you did for Thanksgiving. Let us know. Let us know how you celebrated. Linda said, Ricky had a chatty Cathy doll. Possession and burning doesn't work. Miss Barbara actually did. Oh, have a Chatty Cathy doll? Those things were kind of creepy.
I didn't care for the pageant. What was it? The Cabbage Patch dolls back then either.
You know, my uncle, he never had kids, so I was like his kid, and my kids ended up being like his kids too. But my grandma and my uncle would go out and buy the hottest toys every year.
Mhm.
And I remember when Cabbage Patch happened, they bought the Cabbage Patch dolls. They gave us each one that we could take out and play with. And then they also bought one that we had to leave in the box so that we couldn't open it because they thought it
Yeah.
would be worth something later on. Turns out it's worth a lot later on. But I loved my Cabbage Patch doll. And I still have the one that's in the box. It's never been opened.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of nice. But they did that
Yeah.
with a lot of the toys. They would every year they would do that. They would go and search out, and then they would buy certain stuff, and then we weren't allowed to play with some of it. Some of it we were. It's interesting. Roy and Becky said, we ate tacos with our oldest son and wife. Awesome.
Yum.
I hated the Cabbage Patch Kids too. Thrifty Angela went to her sister's for Thanksgiving with all the family, a lot of people. It was good, and a lot of food and drinks. It's so different this year. Everyone has gone and gotten to spend time with family instead of quarantining at home. It's nice to see everybody getting back out there again. I had a Willie talk, beginner ventriloquist style. He talked even when I didn't pull the string.
No,
Into the
that sounds
fire.
weird.
Into the fire, Willie. You don't get to stay. Cooked 2 meals and had dinner with a neighbor and fought 5-day headache. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry about the headache.
Yeah.
Dinner with a neighbor sounds good though.
Mhm.
Y'all getting that S word? Oh, we're not going to talk about the S word. I love my Cabbage Patch doll. I wish I had kept mine in a box. They are worth some money. Yeah, the box got a little bit bent up because it was in the top of a closet and I was a kid. So the box is a little bent, but it is still in box. And I need to put it in like some kind of lock box. I can't remember how much it's worth, but I Googled it, and the ones that have like the plastic heads aren't worth as much as the ones that are all cloth. The all cloth Cabbage Patch dolls are worth thousands.
Wow.
So, and I have the all cloth one. So. Pizza party and pie and 2 cakes and pudding, which we didn't finish till today. That's a lot of days of dessert. But yummy, yes. Thanksgiving was my anniversary, 17 years of marriage. Happy anniversary. All right. Let's get going with the story again. I love hearing all your Thanksgiving stories. Thank you for sharing.
Anne felt uneasy with Robert in the house, and although she couldn't put her finger on it, she wanted Jean to lock the doll up in the attic where he could not do harm.
If he's flipping furniture, I'm sure he can find his way out of the attic. I guess if it was locked, though. Sharpheart said, I had a talking unicorn which would randomly say, hi, I'm a uni, and laugh. I have no idea where that stuffed talking unicorn is.
Maybe he's
I had a talking Alf doll. Anyone remember the show Alf?
Oh, yeah. My dad loved that show.
I loved it too. And my parents got me the Alf doll, and he had like a little flap on the back of him. You lift it up, and his little box was in there that made him talk. And I used to store little secret notes in there. That was my secret hiding place inside of Alf. You were supposed to squeeze the foot or something to make it talk, but it would just randomly talk. Oh, wow. That's kind of creepy, too. D'Angela, I love that show. I want to rewatch that with my kids. The shows back in the day were inappropriate. They were
Yeah.
really inappropriate compared to what we have on now. Jean conceded, and as one could imagine, Robert the Doll was not happy with his new digs.
Mm-mm.
Soon, visitors to the home heard footsteps in the attic, the sounds of someone pacing back and forth, and a devilish giggling.
No.
Again, time to throw him in the fireplace. Linda Parker, I couldn't find a Cabbage Patch Kid for my daughter here. My sister-in-law found one in Detroit. It was a boy, no girls available. My mom sewed matching pajamas for it, and my daughter all
Oh, that's
alone.
cool.
Yeah, we didn't have that really when I was when my daughter was growing up. We had American Girl doll, not Cabbage Patch,
Mhm.
American Girl doll. But I could not afford to buy her an American Girl doll with the matching clothes and all that. But they came out with one called My Life doll at Walmart, and it looked just like those. And you could buy the matching clothes and stuff for your kid. And so my daughter got to experience that with the Walmart brand doll.
Well, that was cool, though.
Yeah. Oh, she had everything from the Walmart that went with them.
Mhm.
It was crazy how close they were able to copy the American Girl doll. That looks like a monkey. That does not look like a child.
It does, right?
And Prayer of Heart, I think, is the one that said it was big, a big doll. That is a very big doll.
Yeah, it's like, child size, you know?
What were his parents thinking throughout this whole thing? First of all, they bought this creepy looking thing. Second of all, when it started doing stuff, they didn't throw it in
Yeah.
the fire. I'm not understanding.
It was actually given to him from one of the servants. So the parents didn't buy Robert.
The servants didn't like the parents. This is my theory. Servants didn't like the parents. They made a voodoo doll that was life size.
Yeah.
They're like, you torture that family.
Yep.
That's what happened. Full-time dream. Hello and welcome.
Mhm.
Nope. Time to move. Doll can stay. Just move.
Right.
The ears are killing me. I don't know what my obsession with the ear is, but the ears just look completely off.
Neighborhood children reported seeing Robert watching them from the window in the upstairs bedroom and told accounts of the doll actually mocking them as they walked to school. Can you imagine? I wonder what it was doing.
What is that in the window? That doll is mocking me. That doll is making fun of me. You stop it. I'm going to climb up there and kick your ass.
I'm gonna beat the crap out of you.
Harvey anyways said, I had a 3-legged cat and I had a cat's foot that I wore around my neck. That cat was a terror to everyone except me. Go figure. That cat thought you were going to take his other leg. It was wearing Jean's sailor suit. Yeah, I think I mean, it's
Yeah.
almost the size as Jean because it's wearing his outfit.
Mhm.
That's disturbing, RV anyway. When Jean heard this, he immediately went to investigate, knowing that he had locked Robert in the attic and there was no way he could be sitting by the window of the upstairs bedroom. Yeah, right. This doll does anything it wants.
But to his complete shock, when he opened the door to the bedroom, there was Robert sitting in the rocking chair by the window. Jean locked Robert back up in the attic several times, each time discovering him again sitting by the window in the same upstairs bedroom.
No. Why is he not in the fire yet?
Yeah.
A new child to terrorize.
Dun, dun, dun.
Why? Why we gotta terrorize the children? Jean Otto died in 1974. And when a new owner moved into the house on Eaton Street, their 10-year-old daughter was delighted to find Robert the doll in the attic. Why? Why leave the haunted doll behind and make it somebody else's problem? Hi, me time. Thanks for coming in. Nope. Nope.
No
Why? Why
candy.
leave that? Portrait of Eugene Robert Otto.
And you would think his wife would have got rid of it, after
Yeah.
he passed and moved out. I don't know.
That doesn't make sense to me. If the doll's haunted and she didn't like the doll and made him lock it up, why wouldn't she get rid of it? Maybe she
Right.
didn't want the bad juju.
Yeah, that could be right.
Mm.
But her delight ended soon when she claimed that Robert was alive and that the doll wanted to hurt her. She awoke often in the middle of the night screaming in fear and told her parents that Robert had moved about in the room.
If these parents don't burn Robert, wait a minute, they don't. Robert still exists. What is
Yeah.
wrong with parents?
Yeah, Robert still exists.
Thrifty Angela, I would have burned that doll before I left or died. Yes, definitely.
Should have been in the will. Burn that doll.
Harvey Underway, Traveling Robert doll, the must-have toy of 2021. Yeah. I don't know why. What is wrong with parents? It wasn't long before Robert the doll was given away, and today he lives in the East Martello Fort, where visitors from all over the world come to see him. Don't touch him. His juju might go with you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bigger version of him on the wall.
It's a big old banner. Come see Robert.
There's a banner, and then there over on the right side of
Oh,
the
yeah.
building, there is like a giant size Robert the doll. He's scary enough. He's huge already. Why'd you have to make him bigger? Oh boy. Is Robert really possessed?
Hmm.
Very enterprising parents making money off the creep doll. That's true. They probably
Yeah,
did sell it for a lot of money.
Linda.
I'm riding in my rocking chair.
That's
So funny.
hilarious. Many believe that the origin of Robert's evil lies in the one who originally gave him to Jean Otto, the servant who worked for Jean's parents.
Y'all, I didn't know this. I didn't know
Mm-mm.
this story. I'm learning. But that is interesting. The servant was probably treated like crap and decided to get back at them.
Yep.
But I don't want to find out if he's still possessed. Oh, there we go. This woman was supposedly mistreated by her bosses, and to punish them, it is believed that she cursed the doll with voodoo and black magic. She
You're
went and
right
cut
on, BB.
She went and cut some of that little boy's hair off and she put it in that voodoo doll and black magicked it up.
Yep.
Mm-mm. That voodoo, I believe in voodoo. I believe there are people that are strong enough and believe enough that they can mess you up with some voodoo dolls. And it's not just a little voodoo doll, it's a big, huge voodoo
Yeah.
doll.
Yep. That might explain explain the many mysterious and frightening experiences people have had with Robert the doll. But if so, wouldn't the hauntings end when the owner died?
Hmm. Not if she didn't make it to where it stopped when he died. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe he gained enough power from being around as long as he was that he had the ability to stay around. Or the owner came back and really liked his doll and was like, I'm gonna possess my doll
Yeah.
now.
And for some reason, I always thought that's what happened. I thought that the little boy died and became the doll, but researching the story, it really caught me by surprise that, that on it having black magic, and voodoo, and that's how the doll started.
Yeah, I had heard of Robert the Doll, but I've never heard the origins and story of
Mhm.
him. So
Mhm.
this is interesting.
Yeah.
All right. No one really knows for sure, but one thing remains constant. Robert the Doll continues to taunt and scare those who come to view him, especially guests to the museum who attempt to take photos. Hmm.
Yeah. Many have reported their cameras becoming inoperable when they try to take a picture of Robert, only to begin working again when they left the museum. Now, I did see where you actually have to ask permission to take a photo to Robert before
You
you take
asked
the photo.
Robert.
Yeah, you're supposed to ask Robert.
I guess if you don't ask him, he messes up your camera. Hmm.
Yeah.
Robert the Doll sits inside a glass case, but it doesn't seem to stop him from inflicting fear and discomfort on museum staff and visitors. All you'd have to do is look at him. He is scary.
Yeah. The staff members report that Robert's facial expressions changes, hearing demonic giggling, and have seen Robert put his hands up to the glass.
No, I'm out. See you later. Don't want to
Yeah.
work here no more. That doll's moving enough for me to see it move. I'm out.
I don't see how he can't get out of that glass case since he was able to get out of a locked door.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't have as much power when the person he was meant to torment died. Maybe he lost
Yeah.
some of his power. After years and then keeping it for others to get it is doing the Energizer Bunny thing. Yeah, and if the kid died as an adult and then he took over and
Mhm.
possessed the doll, then maybe he doesn't know how to do the things Robert was doing before. I don't know.
Yeah.
Robert the doll sits inside a glass case. Yeah, that's just look at his face.
I know.
Eh, Him and the dog kind of have the same facial expression.
I don't even see his hands.
Oh, his hands are there. They're creepy looking though.
Mm.
He's creepy.
Mhm. Meet Robert at the East Martello Museum. Visitors are welcome to view Robert in his special case at the museum and, of course, encouraged to try and get a photo.
Can you imagine if you never had any problems with your phone whatsoever and you're standing there trying to take a picture of Robert and your phone just will not let you take a picture? And you know that going in is like a possibility that he could do. Wouldn't you like I think about how that would make me feel. For me, it would be like, oh God, is he coming home with me? He doesn't
Right.
like me. He doesn't like me. He messed with me. Is he planning on following me home? I'd be
Yeah.
freaking out.
Now knowing the story, I don't think I could even be. there to view him. You know what I mean? I don't think I
Yeah.
want to get that close to him.
Um, yeah, if he had gotten out. Oof. Hey, Bigfoot Anon, welcome. Chart. They did the same with that Annie. Oh, yeah. The Annabelle doll.
Uh-huh.
I think the Annabelle doll, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly, the guy that and the man and the lady who hunted were like paranormal
Yeah.
investigators. The
Uh-huh.
Warren.
The Warrens, yeah.
They have like a basement area where they kept all of the haunted stuff locked away in that basement. So the doll is in a locked box that has glass on the front. The Annie doll,
Mm-hmm.
she's in the locked glass. The Annabelle doll, she's in locked glass and wood, and then she's also in like a cellar or basement that's also locked up. So she's
Double locked.
yeah, like double locked. Plus, I think they did like a bunch of blessings and stuff on the room. Charlotte. I don't think I've heard of
I
Charlotte.
haven't heard of Charlotte. Yeah.
Um, I agree. I wouldn't want to get that close to him. With my luck, he would come home with me.
He may bring some wine home. A glass of wine, Angela.
You take kids with you to go visit him. He's like, "Oh, I like that kid. I'm going home with them."
Yeah.
Okay. Glass case, but they say one of the female dolls is said to show up at your house if you look her in the face.
Oh.
No, thank you. You are not
Yeah, see, I
allowed.
wouldn't trust that he couldn't get out. You know what I mean? He already proved he got out of that attic several times. I
Yeah.
don't know. He's probably running that museum at night and then puts himself back in that case.
He gets out every night and goes, has a glass of
Right?
wine, sits in his rocking chair. I'm good. How you doing? Oh, they're feeling what's the wine you say? Come
Come
on
on
in.
over.
They said Annie was the one that would manifest when they first displayed her.
Mm,
Hey, I think this one's yours, or is it mine? I don't remember.
okay. Though most who've tried have been unsuccessful, if nothing else, get a close look at Robert and watch him carefully. Try to catch a glimpse of him smirking at you, moving about in the case, or watching you as you watch him.
I don't want to
I'm
know if
out.
he's smirking at me. I don't want to know if he likes me or dislikes me. I don't really care. Yeah, I'm good. You just keep
Yeah,
your looks to
you
yourself,
do
Robert.
you. I'll do me.
Uh,
Oh my
Even
gosh.
his picture. Look, I mean, look at that ear. The ear is not even connected to his head. He
That's
does
just
look.
I need to
He
do some more
does.
dolls. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a really good story. I like this.
Yeah.
And he does look so much like a monkey. Like
He does,
he,
right?
yeah, that's crazy. All right,
Wow.
let's see. Yeah, even the building they're keeping him in looks kind of creepy, to be honest.
I tell you, he's gotta be running that museum. I don't
Oh,
trust him.
I wonder if they have like surveillance, like video surveillance, and if they have been able to catch anything on tape at night, like him moving or anything.
Yeah. I would think they would, that's probably something I need to check out.
I think I would pass on that museum.
Mhm.
I agree. I don't think I would. I don't know. Dolls creep me out. I don't know why they do though. That is some like if it was a ghost that I couldn't see moving stuff
Yeah.
versus a doll up and moving stuff, I would be more comfortable with the ghost I can't see.
Right.
I would feel like they could do less damage to me than something physically moving. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Well, he terrorized that poor little boy and threw things all over the place in his room, and I can't imagine.
See, that's why the only safe doll is Pinocchio. Had a friend that was a cricket. A nice doll. He did lie. He did lie and his
Yeah.
nose grew.
Yeah.
So if your doll was sitting there and his nose kept getting longer and longer, would that creep you out? I think he learned his lesson though. He stopped lying, so it wasn't so bad in the end. um, so Nettie, I shared out your most recent video of the Devil's Tower.
Yes.
Does that have any creepiness to it, or did they just call it the Devil's Tower from the way that it looked?
You know, it does have some history towards the way it looks. Like back in the native Indian time, they were saying it was like a big bear that crawled up it and came down with his nails, and it's if I'm not mistaken, isn't it rested, honey, like from a volcano, that made that came up, yeah, and it formed. But it was very fascinating. The only bad thing as far as when we went with our rig. So we weren't able to actually go and explore it because you can go and do the trail around the base of it, the hiking trail, and we really want to go back and check it out again. But just seeing it from where we saw it, that it's amazing. It's so huge, and it's a national monument, the first national monument, and it's just really breathtaking. So I definitely want to see it again up close.
And anyone that hasn't seen that video yet, go check it out.
Mhm.
It's a really good video. Also, your video right
Thank
before
you.
that was really good too. The Dancing with Wolves movie,
Uh-huh.
that coaster where they were trying to
I
shoot
know.
buffalo, that was pretty funny.
And that was just
um,
pure accident when we came across that Dancing with Wolves. We were just driving around, and we came across it. And yeah, it was a pretty cool place. We enjoyed that as well.
RV Underway said, "I got a Chucky doll last year. Been having strange dreams lately." Chucky just looks creepy.
Oh, I
Um,
know.
and then they came out with the doll Chucky's Bride, the Bride of Chucky, and she had
Yeah.
like the leather
Uh-huh.
jacket and all. She's creepy too. Now Gremlins were absolutely adorable. They could do no wrong. So I really like the Gremlin dolls, even though they turn into bad things if you feed them after midnight. Just don't feed them after midnight.
Yeah.
Gremlins are cute.
Yep. And you get them wet and they end up multiplying, right?
Yeah. Um, and anyone who hasn't seen RV Underway's video of them being stuck on the at a road stop, you need to go
Yeah.
check that out. You guys, you and RV Underway, you guys have the patience of an angel. Because there is no way I would have been able to deal with that. I'd have had a meltdown. My husband would have had to put me up in a hotel. Like, I would not have been okay.
You would have went cray cray.
Yeah, I'd have lost my
Yeah.
mind. You guys did good. I'd have been trying to find a Chucky doll to haunt people
Right.
with.
Oh
Got you a
gosh.
present.
Yeah.
Um, but I think that we have Box Van D coming up right
Yeah.
after us today.
Yep. I got our link right here. I'll go ahead and put it in.
Harvey Underway. I just watched that video today. I agree with BB. Um, everybody knows that Devil's Tower is a tree stump that's petrified, cut down by giants.
Yeah.
You didn't see the outtakes. I tried to tone down a bit. Oh man, but you made it through that. See, I'd have been in a hotel somewhere. I'd have Ubered me. My husband would have Ubered me out of there. He wouldn't
Yeah.
have wanted me around.
And Miss
Um,
Barbara, I wonder how she reacted, like if
oh,
she
when
was
she was cleaning out the closet and covering everything up, she seemed so calm. I was like, y'all are calm. Um, anyone else that has a video, we have about 10 minutes here.
Mhm.
Anyone else that has a video that they would like to shout out over there in the comments, let us know what you have going on your channel over there so we can go
And if
check
you
things
have,
out.
any suggestions on anything you may want us to do, you can put that in the, chat as well, and then we
Yeah,
can research it.
any
Mhm.
spooky suggestions would be great.
Yeah.
I really did like reading your Thanksgiving stories. Last year was so tough for so many people. Not spending
Yeah.
time with family, and um, the year before that, the same thing. So it's really good to hear everybody's kind of back with family and spending time. Miss Barbara was calm through the whole ordeal. Love of my
Aw,
life. Aw.
you guys are
She
so
does
cute.
seem like she's just so laid back.
Yeah.
It sounds like she keeps you pretty calm and under control. The doggy, oh, I can't remember the doggy's name. I apologize. But at the end of the video, the doggy's there when people come in to work on it. And I thought, oh, so the sweet doggy too. He's even calm. Or she, sorry. She or he was very, very calm. So he
Say
said
hello to
yes.
Claire.
Here's a haunted doll story. Say hello to Claire, the haunted doll. She's 5 feet tall and known to roam the house she's kept in. We need to know more about Claire.
Yeah, Claire the
Let's
haunted doll.
let's definitely look into Miss Claire.
Mhm.
Oh, I'm trying to think of dolls I had when I was a kid. I had a Rainbow Bright doll. She wasn't haunted. She was pretty. And then I had the elf doll, or the Alf, not elf, Alf. I had Cabbage Patch dolls. Do you have any dolls that you remember being
I
special?
had a I had Teddy Ruxpin. He was a telephone,
Ooh.
though. Do you remember him? He was
I
actually a
remember Teddy
phone,
Ruxpin.
and his chest had the phone in it, and then when it would dial, his mouth would open and his eyes, and you would talk through the mouth. It was like a speaker mouth. It was pretty cool.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah.
Uh, that would be super creepy roaming women's size dolls. Oh, I just recently, I'm going to try to make this really quick. I just recently watched a story about a little child that was kidnapped from a family that was camping in Australia. They were camping, and the child woke up in the middle of the night. It was a toddler, a little girl. She woke up in the middle of the night, and the mom woke up, gave her a drink, put her back to bed. And then when we woke up the next morning, the little girl wasn't in the tent anymore, and her sleeping bag was gone. And the way that the tent was zipped up, you could tell that she didn't unzip it because the zip was at the top. There was
Yeah.
no way she could have reached it. So immediately they launched like an investigation trying to find her, and they thought maybe that the biological father had taken her, because usually it's family or something like that.
Mhm.
So they thought that's what happened. A week went by, and just down the street from where they lived, not where they were camping, where they lived, there was a grown man who had an obsession with dolls. Bratz dolls, Barbie dolls, any kind of doll. His house was covered in dolls. They got word from like neighbors that something was off, and they seen the guy buying diapers, and they knew he didn't have a kid. So the police decided to go investigate. And when they went in his house, they found the little girl with a bunch of new clothes and dressed in something completely different, playing with toys, locked in a room.
Oh, wow.
He didn't do anything to her. He just wanted a real doll, like a child that talked and moved, and it was like a human doll to him.
That's crazy.
Since he's been arrested, he's been beat up twice. to the point where they've had to take him to the hospital. I guess in Australia, they don't like it when you do anything with a child. But yeah,
Mhm.
he followed them to their campsite and kidnapped their daughter so that he could have a human doll.
Wow.
Crazy.
Yeah.
RV Underway said, you need to investigate the White Lady, a murdered missionary in the Philippines who roams the back roads to haunt the travelers. That one sounds good. The
Yeah.
Barbie said she got a Barbie when they first came out. Anyone that collected Barbies back in the day, oh man, they are worth some money now too.
Mhm.
I remember when I was little, I had the Barbie Dream House when they first came out with that. My parents got that for me and my sister. That was pretty cool. The little elevator that you pull the little rope and the doll goes up in the elevator. It's pretty neat. All right. Well, thank you all so much for coming and hanging out with us today. I appreciate it. Come back next week to see what I do with this backdrop here. I think you all will like it.
And I dropped the link again for Box Band D, and
Yes,
I'm
thank
looking
you.
forward to that backdrop, BB. I don't even know about it, so I'm very excited.
I'm changing it up. It's been a while, so I'm going to change it up to something nobody's seen yet.
Mhm.
Oh, G.I. Joe could beat up Ken. Very true.
Yeah.
Very true. I didn't play normal with Barbies. I made the Barbies have fights, and I was the child that took the heads off and the arms off to figure out how
Cut their
everything
hair.
worked. Oh, yeah, they got haircuts too. They didn't really
Yeah.
like their haircuts. All right. Well, wishing you all much kindness and much love. Thank you so much for coming.
And we're sending love your way. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.